Well, welcome to Norway Speedway for the ASA Midwest Tour Norway 100, presented by Weimer Bearing and Transmission Incorporated. Welcome to this live look-in on our social media channels. We'll bring you qualifying here on this live look-in for the ASA Midwest Tour, the first time back for the ASA Midwest Tour in 10 years to Norway Speedway. My name is Dean Strom, alongside Matt Vadi. We've got practice under the books, in the books, I should say, and we've got the support division qualifying checked off.
Let's bring out the super lates.
Let's bring out the super lates.
That's what these fans have been waiting for. 10 years in the making to get these guys back here. They showed up early. They're filling up this grandstand during practice. So Tommy White is taking the flag stand, which means that we are about ready to get going.
Exciting indeed. Midwest Tour qualifying here on this live look-in. Track TV, again, welcome to Norway Speedway. It's pretty steamy up here in the North Woods. It's a hot one.
It's a hot one today, but
it's been a hot one.
They are expecting it to cool off once that sun goes down. And I asked a couple guys locally, what does that do to the racetrack? And they said, well, with the track tech out there, it'll help us keep some grip in it. And once it cools off, hopefully guys have made the adjustments for it to get a little bit tighter.
Qualifying begins with the number 44 of Justin Mondyke. First time by Tommy White is a dead lap. Now Justin Mondyke will be on the green. Justin Mondyke, Gleason, Wisconsin, and the River Cities Engineering, Kimmons Roofing, Wenzel's Farm, in a LAC 44. This is a guy that is just confidence. It has to play such a big part in a guy like Justin Mondyke. He is winning. He won last night at Plover. He's been good on the tour. Comes in here fourth in the championship point standings. And Justin Mondyke, the first driver out to qualify.
Well, you said confidence, and he was open and honest about his struggles at Slinger. And he went down there earlier this year and found victory lane. And he said, what a relief off my shoulders, and what a confidence booster that did for our entire team to know that we could overcome that hurdle that we've been struggling with.
He goes a 14.461. Yeah, Justin, the 2022 Norway late model track champion, a driver here who's done a lot of winning. Good to see Jerry Miller back in the 49 machine. Second time that we've seen Jerry on the ASA Midwest Tour. We saw him last fall up at Elko Speedway. Had a good run. Came home in the 9th position.
Yeah, he was really impressive up there. And we've seen him a handful of times at places like Hawkeye Downs and such. A regular on the Big 8 late model tour. The All-Pro Asphalt, Paving Pal, Homer's Towing, Sealmaster 49.
Driver from Richfield, Wisconsin, just outside of Slinger. Slinger, I guess, would be his home track. As you said, runs the Big 8 late models, which, of course, you can catch on Track TV.
You can see them on Track TV.
And every once in a while, dips his toe into the super late model racing. Third lap for Jerry Miller. And it looks like he's going to stand on that 14.665 for Jerry. So, yep, after you're done with qualifying, you got to get on the binders, because that exit in turn 2 comes up pretty quick, and it's pretty narrow.
It's kind of an S-curve back there around some big old tractor tires to get yourself off the racetrack, too. That's a pretty big improvement for Jerry. He was a 14.9 in practice, so almost 3/10 of pickup for him. Justin Mondyke was the fastest car in practice session with a 14.501, so he picked it up a little bit too, but maybe not to the what we were kind of looking for with this tire, based on what we've seen so far this year.
This is the 77 machine of Riley Stengen, the Utica, Wisconsin driver. Couple of great finishes so far on the tour in 2024. Finished 8th at Madison, 5th at Jefferson. Behind the wheel of the screaming Norwegian House Contractors, Hogan Farms Direct Networks 77.
He's doing a lot of racing this year, too. Running with us weekly at Madison on Friday nights, and doing some WIR Fox River Racing Club racing on Thursday nights.
The hands don't lie. That's what I was always told. And Riley's doing us a favor by wearing white gloves.
Hey, but it paid off. Look at that. He went to the top of the board.
I thought he might have got off the back straightaway.
Yeah, it looked like that.
A 4.57, a 14.457.
See if he can go a little bit quicker on lap 2 or 3 here. Same kind of thing on the back straightaway that we were talking about on the front stretch, Dean, where it kind of dips off. There's a little bit of excess pavement up there that they can kind of run up to. Riley using every inch of the speedway to go a little bit faster with a 14.393. That's the fastest lap that anybody's laid down so far today. So good effort from Riley Stenjum right there.
Looking for his first career ASA Midwest Tour win is Riley. We talked about the locals. They have come out in force tonight. Here is one of them from Escanaba. This is Joey Stankiewicz. Joey Stankiewicz, currently 5th in the championship points in weekly action here at Norway, making his first career Midwest Tour start.
Joey with the Magnuson Grand Pioneer Inn Operators Engineered Local 324 and Weaver Construction all on the side of his 99. Helping his maiden voyage for the Midwest Tour. He'll get down to the 14.9s. He's hoping to back up what he did in practice. He was a little bit quicker than that. 14.7, that's a good effort for Stankiewicz. It's about where he was.
Top 16 will lock their way into the 100-lap feature. The rest will run a positioning last chance race type of deal. We'll have heat races, odd and even heat races. Here's a guy that we talked about in the Open. He's a former Midwest Tour champion, former champion up here at Norway Speedway, and a winner a couple of weeks ago when he came and ran part of the as part of the Friday night program. This is Dalton Zier.
Yeah, Dalton Zier really excited to get this one back on the schedule, and we saw this one come out this winter. He circled it right away. As we had talked about earlier, this is his first place that he kind of stopped at when he came from Daytona, Florida. He goes right to the top of the board, 14.217. Your current track record holder here with a 13.9. Let's see just how fast Dalton can go. 14.1. That might was
and
that
actually
that beat the tour record?
That's the tour.
That just beat the tour track record right there.
So the Gildan Activewear First Business Bank driver Dalton Zier lays down a blistering lap, goes to the top of the board, and in the process sets a new Midwest Tour track qualifying record here.
But for how long?
We shall see.
Another guy that was really excited to see this one on the calendar is this Zero machine of Chris Kelly. Normally with the 77 on the side, we told you earlier, the Zero in respects to his uncle that they just lost here a couple days ago. So emotionally charged for Chris Kelly, and it's great to see him back with us on tour in the Mr. Mom's Bar, Port City Race Cars Zero machine.
The hometown, Norway, Michigan for Chris Kelly. Hasn't raced here at his home track in 5 years. We saw him on the tour back in August of 2024 at Wisconsin International Raceway. Currently slotted into the 4th position is Chris Kelly.
He may be set up for a little bit later on already. That thing loose. Locals expected it to get tighter when the sun goes away. Oh, he skates the front end there hard on the binders into 3. That's going to hurt this one.
And I don't know. Yes, the sun will go away, but I don't know that the temperatures are going to cool down all that much.
Yeah, They were saying maybe down into the 80s, but it's 90-something right now,
and we're
it's
at
pretty humid up here.
The longest day of the year, or second longest day of the year, and we're really far north. That sun's going to stay out. It's going to stay light until good 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Yeah, we might be starting the feature before that thing is completely out of it.
This is the 02 Wausau, Wisconsin driver. The Rain Auto Wash Aftershock Bar, Omni, KRH Badgerland Doors entry of Race Hayes. Race Hayes in the 02.
And Race was really good in practice, too. He was the 4th quickest car in practice with a 14.5. His first lap out the box, he goes 14.549. So Race right there on pace with what Dalton did in his first lap.
Race Hayes goes up to the 3rd position on lap number 2. Yeah, he Deachin's Memorial at State Park Speedway.
So close.
1 year ago, led 48 laps at his home track. Comes home in a second place finish. Yeah, that was, of course, then they closed the place, took his home track away from him, and Now he's got
to travel around.
He's got to do a little more traveling. Looks like Race Hayes will go up into the second spot at a 14.378.
I'd say he did okay.
Unfamiliar car, familiar number. This is Casey Johnson. Casey Johnson from Edgerton.
Yeah, he's used to that this weekend. He was in a different car last night, too, that he doesn't normally ride, and he still managed to get into the top 5. So this guy definitely knows how to get it done. He won our season opener at Madison. He was in that battle with Ty Majeski 10 years ago. We'll see if he can come out on the winning end of it here tonight.
3-time Midwest Tour champion, current championship point leader on the ASA Midwest Tour. Casey Johnson, 4th. Move him up to 2nd. 14.235, a 235.
That brainstorming in the trailer was working. His hands are fighting it, though, in 3 and 4, trying to get to Dalton's lap time. And
he was trying to lay down the throttle.
He was trying to get to Dalton.
That's the tricky part about this place is there's not a lot of grip. And every one of the drivers that I talked to said that we want to lay down the throttle and we want to hammer it, but we can't because there's just not a lot of grip. And, Matt, here's a guy who knows how to get around this place.
Yeah, he's a defending track champion here. This is Norway Hill, Michigan's Joey Pontbriand, the Wendricks Oakler Roofing, Raymond Hewlett Trucking, Advent Edge Toby Car number 7 machine. We did get to see Joey play with us at Oktoberfest last year in a sportsman role. First time he's made the ASA Midwest Tour start.
Yeah, he's actually had 3 tour starts in the past, but they've all been here. All of them here at Norway, Michigan. With his best, a 7th place showing. Joey is moving it up into the 7th spot here in qualifying.
Very heavily involved with operations up here, too. He was kind of coordinating things for the drivers down there during the drivers' meeting and helping all the guys find their bearings, if you will. And what an effort for Joey Pontbriand right there to go 3rd quickest, 14.362. Definitely repping the locals.
Mitch Haver, rookie on the ASA Midwest Tour from West Bend, on track right now. The Progress Manufacturing, Reed Racing, Forte Bank, Cousin Sub, Bonafide Security Solutions, number 7. Mitch is, boy, I talked to him earlier. He said, it's just nice to finish all the laps. Now, I don't want to jinx him, but first 2 races, he finished 11th at Madison, 9th at Jefferson, but he's completing all the laps.
Well, he had
and
a little
for a
different
young driver.
He had an interesting take on this place. He said it kind of reminded him a lot of Marshfield. He was really the only guy that I heard kind of talk about that. And he has had some really good runs at Marshfield. You can see right here in qualifying, backing up what he was kind of talking about. 14.3 so far, 3rd quickest for Haver. Can he sneak one out?
And he has run here before with the Tundra Super Late Model Series. He will improve. He'll go at 241, a 14.241, but Mitch Haver slots in to that 3rd position.
That's a good qualifying effort for Mitch.
Joe Scholze on the clock right now. Holman, Wisconsin, the hometown. Chosen Valley Farm entry, the Toby car number 58. Here's another guy who's been doing more racing here in 2024. He's still with us on the tour every week, but in between tour dates, he's doing Tundra racing, he's doing Golden Sands.
And he's committed to the Super Late this year, where last year he was bouncing back and forth with the Super Late and the Late Model, and he said that trying to keep a notebook for both cars while you're trying to learn them both at the same time is just way too much to do, and the Super Late is too darn fun, so we're going to convert this car to a Super Late, and he's got both of them on the Super Late page this year, and he's been definitely getting faster each place we go to. 14.6 here tonight.
42-year-old driver Joe Scholze trying to improve on his final lap. And it looks like he's going to stay slotted into the 9th spot at a 14.649. Dalton Zier holding down the top spot. Next driver to take a shot at the clock, the youngster. 16 years old from DeForest. This is Penn Sauter.
Up until tonight, I would have said he's the youngest driver in the field, but that changes tonight. The T-Sport, Ford Performance, Napa of Cheyenne, Wyoming, Don's Auto, 5 Machine, famous family number 5 on the side of this thing.
Yeah, just 2 previous tour starts. Ran the the Dells race, the Jim Sauter Classic last September, August, and ran the Joe Shear to kick off the season.
He was really quick in that Shear race until they had problems late.
He was quick at Madison in the ASA Stars National Tour race this past weekend.
Yeah, he was running top 2 in that race early on behind Gabe Summers. Really strong. Definitely looking for a big night out of Penn. He was pretty excited to get here too. He said the smaller tracks kind of fit his driving style a little bit. And look at that. Second quick out of Sauter with a 14-2-11. Good run for Penn, just shy.
Repping the Oak Creek Automotive colors as well. Hey, here's a guy. It's good to see him back on the tour.
Yeah, this
Andy
is great
Monday.
to see him back. We didn't see him since last August. Andy Monday, one of them guys that came up here to get some practice in on a Friday night. Driver out of Appleton, Wisconsin. The Seidens Martin Emergency Group, Busch Light, Novus Home Mortgage, Cummins Electric number 10 machine.
Yeah, he was a winner of the State Line Challenge last year here at Norway Speedway. Set fast time last night at Wisconsin International Raceway, and then Mother Nature had other plans. Washed out the rest of the evening. Andy Monday, 8th quick, 14-4-1-2.
You ever been caught in a storm at Kaukauna, Dean? It comes out of nowhere.
Whoa! 5th quick on lap number 2. It does seem, though, when it rains there, it really rains.
It pours. I got trapped under the bleachers there one year while I was spotting. Nowhere to go. Good effort for Monday. Top 5 qualifying here tonight. 14-2-59.
Bryce Miller up next. Sleepy Hollow Campgrounds. All-weather armor. Floors for Less Armor Guard. Club Lamarck number 11. Bryce Miller. Also repping the Kulwicki Driver Development Program sticker on the side of that machine. The standings just came out. The first one, and he...
He's the
is your leader.
Point leader. Off to a good start.
Excellent.
And we got a couple of races on Midwest Tour that Bryce has really been looking forward to. This one in particular, getting up here. He likes the smaller tracks. We go to Hawkeye next. He's the former track champion there.
Bryce Miller will improve up to 10th at a 14. Check that 9th. 14-4-1-4. Comes off an 8th place finish last time out at Jefferson Speedway. Great to see Bryce Miller on the tour full time here in 2025. He will slot up into the 7th position. 7th for Bryce Miller. And poor Justin Mondyke, who went out first. Everybody is just sliding right past him. The 44 is going down the speed charts here.
He kind of put the bar up there, what he thought was going to be good, because that was faster than anybody had practiced so far today, but they just kind of keep getting a little bit quicker as this session goes along. And from one former Hawkeye Downs champion to another former Hawkeye Downs champion, this is the 14 machine of Cody King out of Clear Lake, Iowa.
From one rookie driver on the tour to another rookie driver on the tour.
His Coltman Farms Racing, Cornelia Fireworks, MPM Marketing 14.
Had a dust-up, unfortunate situation at Jefferson in the heat race.
Yeah.
And really, it cost him a shot at a good finish come feature time.
3rd quick already, 14-2-25 for Cody. See what else he's got in store. That'll be his time of record. Good still, good qualifying effort. 14-2-25. I would keep eyes on this guy. He was really quick in the first session, and then they threw something at it session 2 to try to mix things up, see if they get a little bit quicker. Went back to what they had. This is our 2-time defending series champion out of Plover, Wisconsin, Gabe Summers.
Gabe Summers in the Meristem, Quick Trip, DeKalb, Farmers Promise, Bushman Electric, Allied Co-op, number 15 machine. Again, we're on our live look-in. If you're watching on the live look-in and you are
Gabe up to 2nd,
and you're chiming in, we appreciate it.
14-186 for Summers. Can he get underneath Zier? Just shy. He's got one more shot at him here. 145 on lap 2. He too under what was the Midwest Tour track record. Not going to get him. Summers will sit 2nd behind Zier.
Banjo's watching. Ellen out in La Crosse watching, cheering for Penn Sauter. Tipton, Oklahoma is checking in, cheering for Casey Johnson.
All right.
Thank you for watching. BA, Bob Armstrong is watching. Again, don't forget to like. If you're watching on this live look-in, like, comment, share. We're going to turn the live look-in off after qualifying's done here. And if you want to see the rest of this Norway 100, you're going to need to go over to Track TV and sign in. 14-year-old Cooper Goralski making his super late model debut. Cooper's on track right now.
He just set quick time at Jefferson this past Saturday in his second pro late model race, and then charged his way up into a top 5 finish there, making his super late model debut. The Acoustic Supply, B&D Plumbing, Grandpa and Grandma G, Gold Medal Trailers, G&G Barons, number 16 machine, and he'll go 14.759. That's not a bad first Midwest Tour qualifying effort.
Here's a driver who got his first Midwest Tour win 1 year ago at Dells Raceway Park in the Jim Sauter Classic. It was a big win. What a way to bust through in the win column. Max Kaler, 15th on lap number 1, the 17 machine. Retool of Rockford, Kunis Auto Group, Achilles Heating and Air Conditioning. Caledonia, Illinois driver, just 22 years of age.
I haven't seen Max a whole lot. He's been doing some weekly racing at Grundy and Live for 5 stuff at the Dells. And good to see him venturing back out on the touring series. His schedule allows.
Lap number 2, check that 8th at a 14.302. He's right in the mix, right in the hunt. Let's see what he can do here off of corner number 4, straight. Nice and straight off of turn number 4. Will that help him on the clock? It will. 7th quick at a 14.254.
So Dalton Zier currently atop the board still, 14.125 with that new ASA Midwest Tour track record. Summers behind him with Penn Sauter third. And here comes his dad, Johnny Sauter, in that Coleman Racing 19, familiar, famous ride from this region. And Johnny's a former state line champion.
Johnny's a former state line champion. This is Gene Coleman's car. Gene's in the pits. Jason Schuler is calling the shots. He's spotting for Johnny. I said, Jason said, he's screwed.
It's a full circle moment up here for this weekend for this Coleman group. And the amount of racers in the pits that have ties to this machine is kind of crazy. But Travis Sauter, too, he used to race for the Coleman group.
So Johnny will be 14th, check that 13th right now. Again, the driver's getting 3 qualifying laps. This tricky 1/3 mile. Johnny was quick in practice. 9th quick on lap number 2. Does he have anything for Penn? Does he have anything for Dalton Zier?
Yeah, he was 3rd quickest overall in practice. Last time by on the clock here. Looks like he will stay 9th with a 14.345.
Here was a guy who shocked the world a couple of weeks ago at Jefferson Speedway for the ASA Midwest Tour. Picked up his first career win, 17 years of age. The Acoustic Supply Grandma and Grandpa G A&A Lock Service Legends Direct Gold Medal. Number 20 machine, Jevin Goralski. Just finished his junior year of high school.
Middle of 3 brothers. We've seen older brother Colton on tour with us a couple times as well. Jevin going to get 16th quick on lap number 1 with 14.510. Or you can elbow younger brother until I got you on this one.
I don't know. Would brothers do that?
Yeah, especially these two.
14th quick on lap number 2 for Jevin Goralski at 14.432. One final lap.
Goralski's all graduates out of that Bandolero division. He'll stay right where he was, 14th quickest, but he'll go a little bit quicker with a 14.401. And that'll lead way to this guy right here who came up here a few weeks ago, and he had quick time. He won his heat, and he won the feature. This is the 23 machine of Levon Vandergeest, driver out of Merrill, Wisconsin. Zilich Repair, Braver Music, Custom Meats, Central Sawdust of Wisconsin.
21-year-old driver, former Midwest Truck Series champion. Again, if you're watching us on the live look-in, we appreciate it. First YouTuber to chime in. We've got not Steve Cook in Eugene, Oregon, rooting for the Sodders. Thank you, Steve, for chiming in. After this live look-in is done, we're going to need you guys to go over to Track TV, get logged in, get situated, get settled in. Great night of racing action. Levon Vandergeest, 9th quick.
That's a pretty good first lap, 2:92. That was his second lap, rather, sorry. 2:64 will be his time of record, and he will stay 9th quickest of the cars that have taken time so far. We continue to work through qualifying. Just a couple of cars yet to go. This is one of the young guns out of Scandia, Minnesota. The Friends of Jocelyn Foundation. Crust Buster Napa Auto Parts number 30.
Weezer Concrete also on board. Sorry about that.
Joe Valento. Behind the wheel of the Dassault Racing entry.
Yeah, Joe's a little under the weather. Not feeling 100%. Was one of the last cars to roll through tech. We talked about it just being a hot, muggy, humid afternoon here, and Joe Valento just needed a little bit more time in the air conditioning. 16th quick for Joe. Will improve up to 14th at a 14.383.
You know, one of the cures when you're not feeling good, Dean, is a good run behind the wheel.
For sure.
And he can certainly use it. Look at that. 3rd quickest for Valento.
Whoa!
Good qualifying effort. 181 for Valento. He'll get underneath what was the former track record.
His crew chief, Travis Dassault, said, I was never good at this place. I wanted to hammer down. And you can't do it here.
You got to be patient with that pedal. Here's one of the local favorites.
Here's another one local checking in. Kevin Lowndes grew up in Norway. Worked at the track.
He knows this guy then.
He must.
Former champion. Scott Stankina, driver out of Kingsford, Michigan. The Baco Snow Dog, Controlled Supply, Carlos Cantina, Rudy's Body Shop, Slumberland Furniture number 41.
Hobart, Wisconsin is checking in. Do you know where Hobart is?
I've never even heard of it.
I've never heard of it either. Corey in Hobart, thanks for checking in. Rachel Maves McKenzie in Cool Sun Prairie.
That's one of our regulars at Madison.
Cheering for Gabe. Scott
Stankina. 14,491 for him.
And remember, if you're watching on this live look-in, we'll need you to go over to Track TV and sign in, log in, get yourself situated there. But also be sure to share on social media and let all your friends and family and followers know what a great time you're having watching the Midwest Tour on Track TV. That guy there that we're watching walk away from the camera is your fastest, the Gildan Activewear First Business Bank driver, Dalton Zier, quickest in qualifying. I guess it's not a surprise.
You were looking down at the notes when they first caught to this glimpse, and he had a big fist pump there, Dean. So you know this one means a lot to Dalton. He was charged up and ready to go today. Maverick in the pit area with him, helping him call shots.
Maverick gets to run the 119, too, on his go-kart.
How cool is that?
Yep. So we'll talk about this more, but the 119 is a number that Dalton got when he was running Gene Coleman's car.
Yeah, and the ties that Coleman has to the area up here and to the ASA Midwest Tour. You talked about Jason Schuler is on the wrenches for Johnny Sauter. Well, Jason Schuler started fabricating for Coleman when he got out of high school, came up here to Menominee and was a fabricator for Coleman before he got into the ownership aspect with Joe Wood at Pathfinder Chassis.
Yeah, it's just a lot of great storylines that we will bring to you tonight. A lot of great racing that we will bring to you tonight. Opening ceremonies are a little more than 13 minutes away, so Congratulations to Dalton Zier on his fast time. We will see and hear from Dalton in just a little bit as part of our opening ceremonies. Again, we appreciate you watching on this live look-in, but we do need you to go over to Track TV, tracktv.com, sign in, log in if you're going to watch the rest of this Norway 100. Matt, last time we were on Track TV, also a 100-lapper, also at a third-mile bull ring. It was Jefferson Speedway. We've got some highlights from our last time out here on the ASA Midwest Tour.
Second race of the Midwest Tour season, the Salute the Troops 100. In turn 3 and 4, green flag, and we're racing. Off to the corner they go. Johnson with a small advantage out of 2. He'll get up ahead of Ryan Farrell. Side by side down the back straightaway for the balance of the field. Casey Johnson will slip ahead of Farrell and lead lap 1. Taking a look to the inside, Bryce Miller in the 11 car. A fender along, Ryan Farrell for the runner-up spot. Miller is there, the inside of turns 1 and 2. Bryce Miller reeling in Casey Johnson for the lead in the Salute the Troops 100. Look at this battle for third. 3 cars and 3 different lines behind him. Goralski still trying to nose ahead of Farrell. Summers in their pockets. Jevin Goralski's on the way tonight. 25 complete, a quarter of the way home. Goralski nosing into second spot. Nosing into second is Jevin Goralski. Trouble in turn 4, right in front of the leaders. And the caution is out. The caution is out. It happened at the back of the field. I believe the 58 of Joseph Scholze and the 7 of Ridge Hoyne. Ready, Tommy White will look him over. Goralski ready first. Johnson not there. Yes, we'll go. Good start, and away we go. Goralski on the outside. Jevin Goralski to the lane down the back straightaway. Goralski ahead of Johnson, who will try and settle back in. Johnson and Merrill for second. New leader, Jevin Goralski. 36 to go. The lead is expanded for Jevin Goralski. Still side by side. Big touch for third on a turn 4. Vandergeest wiggles in, throws caution to the wind. Levon Vandergeest up to third, finally past Merrill. In just his second Midwest Tour start, Jevin Goralski is a winner here at Jefferson.
This is insane. This car was destroyed last Saturday, and we worked so hard to get it here, and we won.
Again, opening ceremony is just moments away here for the Norway 100. ASA Midwest Tour presented by Weimer Bearing and Transmission.
Special thanks to our friends at Weimer Bearing and Transmission, a privately held distributor specializing in high-tech electrical motion control, mechanical power transmission, and fluid control products, all supported throughout the 40 branches that span 12 different states, as well as product repair and custom-tailored inventory solutions to meet your supply chain needs. Contact our friends at Weimer Bearing and Transmission.
And thank you to them for being our presenting sponsor tonight, the Norway 100 for the ASA Midwest Tour. We've also got 3 classes of support divisions. You'll catch every lap right here on Track TV. If you've been watching on the live look-in, if you've been commenting on our social channels, we thank you. Again, share all those comments. Share that the link, and we're going to shut the live look-in off here in just a moment. But you can catch all the action every lap by going to tracktv.com, tracktv.com. We're going to step aside for just a few minutes. We're about 10 minutes out on opening ceremonies, so that'll give you a few minutes to...
You got time to fire up the grill and last-minute adjustments to the patio furniture and get some ice in the cooler. Get ready for great action here at Norway Speedway.
We'll be back in just a few with our opening ceremonies on Track TV.